Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of The Living World of Darkness Rage Across New York. Tonight's scene, we set in the umbral version of New York City's Central Park, the Scepter Green. It's Cairn, to be precise. Two Guru are currently walking towards the bell tower. Now, the bell tower on the physical side has been sadly destroyed. The spiritual side, however, it's still remaining. These two Guru are Honors the Lost and Layla's Blade. Because Honors the Lost, after seeing Ayla's Blade Spirit Heritage, had a little bit of a freak out because it dropped him back to a few memories that are not pleasant to him. So they decided to go and have a talk over at the bell tower. And as they sit down and the little bat spirits start to fly around them, Honors will manifest the point of his gnosis to feed to the bat spirits.
Logan has been just watching the bat spirits for years at his home set. His sisters and the elder mothers and the grandmothers kept him away from bat spirits. He never knew why until he actually understood his heritage, understood what it meant. And so, sitting there, surrounded by bat spirits, he's just watching them quietly. And when Honors the Lost manifests one of his gnosis, he'll do the same. But just continue watching.
It'll be quiet for a little while, just listening to the high squeaks of the bats. Until Honors will simply say, you know, they could teach us a whole lot if part of them didn't fall. No, if part of them...
If they weren't as bad, you mean?
Yeah. Do you know why the totem bat fell down?
And he'll still be looking at the bats. I heard it was the Shadow Lords. They mistook bat children for their ancient enemy.
Gaia once made two messengers, the raven and the bat. The ravens are still with us, the bats are not.
Why two?
One for the north, one for the south. One for the light, one for the dark. I do not know. Guru called the war of rage a war. For the other changing breeds, the Arafera, it was a slaughter. Nothing more, nothing less.
Is that why it is sometimes called the War of Shame?
Yes. Most of the American Garu call it that. Some of the old country don't.
I remember. I referred to it once to an elder as the word of shame. And I was beaten.
I wonder how Larissa looks upon that time.
We all seek the knowledge of our elders.
We do. We do. That's... Continue.
It seems curious to me why the Shadow Lords would do such a thing. When all they would have had to do was ask a question.
Our rage can... No, our rage gets in our way. Bat's children were named the Camazots.
That's a curious name.
Supposed to be a monster bat. Passed down in lore and myth of the Southern American continent. My challenge for Foston, I don't know. I was brought back in time, or perhaps I lived the dreams or life of somebody else. But for 2 years, I lived among the Camazots as if they were my brothers and sisters.
For 2 years?
Time passed differently. I experienced 2 years. But a real year, only 2 minutes passed. Then now that I think about it, I couldn't have been the life of somebody else. I could still transform to my Krynos of the Striders. Still confuses me, the Uktena.
Makes me wary of my upcoming fostering challenge.
Perhaps. Day in, day out. No, actually. I was walking through the rainforests when I was shot by a poison needle. I lost conscious. Next thing I know, I wake up bound against a pole. And there's this strange person talking to me. We conversed, we talked. After a while, they decided, or seemed to decide I was not a threat. And so they let me go. And I was free to walk outside. I was shocked, to be quite honest. There were giant bats drinking the blood out of giant bowels. It's a strider that sight terrified me because it reminded me of our ancient enemies.
The leech.
Yes. Somewhere, had things have gone different, I too could have had a knee-jerk reaction. But I didn't.
But I am told some of the leeches that live here are not of the one.
Every leech that I've encountered here has not smelled of the worm. In fact, some are even making moves against the worm's companies.
Are they doing it out of goodwill?
I doubt it.
As do I.
I truly doubt a leech ever knows what it's really doing. Has no idea of the spiritual ramifications of its actions.
They do what they do to continue their existence. Nothing more, it seems. Were I one of them, the safest way to ensure my existence would be to do much the same. Seem to be on the side of the thing that can kill me more readily than the thing that they are facing.
In my time here, I learned quite a bit about the leeches. I learned quite a bit about everything, about the Fae, about Magi.
There are mages here too.
Yes.
I do not know much about mages.
They're an interesting bunch. We've always heard the rumors about cairn rapists, violators. Though the ones that I've met live in harmony with the Umbra and the spirit world.
Does that mean we trust them?
No. But it means that we don't fight against them.
I can see that. We already have a sort of gesture towards the tree. We already have greater things to deal with.
For 2 years, I lived among the Camazots. And this is where things get interesting. I forgot my past here. I forgot that my life here existed. I was walking amongst them. I truly thought that I just belonged here. I've heard you have spoken to my wife.
Naja.
Yes.
She is a wise kinfolk.
She is. You see him start fuddling nervously with his fingers.
And I had known you were a father.
I wish I spent more time with her in the past. Wish I'd been there more for my children and for her.
She did not seem overly troubled by her absence when I talked to her. She seemed understanding and proud.
Still, I forgot my previous life. I forgot she existed. I forgot we had children. So there, I fell in love again. And another woman was about to bear a child of mine. Was about to birth a child of mine. And that's when the Shadow Lords attacked. And they killed everything in sight. So I grabbed her. I grabbed Suti. I believe that was her name. And I ran. I ran far away.
Do you hate them?
The Shadow Lords?
Yes.
I view each and every one of them with a distrustful eye these days. Whether or not I am ashamed of my actions I took, because I dishonored the vow that I made to Naja. They did take the life of somebody very precious to me. Though up to this day I still do not know whether or not it was a dream or reality.
Can I ask you something?
Of course.
If a man does not remember, if a man does not remember Sorry, I had a thought.
It's okay.
If a man forgets himself, forgets who he is, forgets who he was, does he become a new man? Or does he stay the same?
Perhaps somewhere in between.
You cannot fault yourself for something that could very well only have been a dream. You cannot fault yourself for completing your fostering challenge, which I assume, given your auspice, was to bring back the story that you experienced.
I brought back more. Alice Blade. I think he's going to reach into his magpie swag and pull out a necklace. Suti made this necklace for me.
What does it look like?
It's actually a little necklace made from a couple of pebbles, stone, and at the end there's a small little bat charm. It only exists here in its spiritual, in the Umbra. In the Gaian realm, I need to keep it in my fetish for it to exist. But it's real.
So I never wanted you to know. I did not speak any more than a couple sentences with your wife. But her pride was still there. The pride that she will share with the children. The stories of their father. All children, despite what my tribe says at times, all children should come to respect both the actions of their mother and their father.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
You're free to not answer if you do not wish, but do you respect the choices your father and mother made?
Do you understand that as a metis, I cannot take open pride in the action of either of my parents? I can't agree with my own existence. At least that is how it is in the old world.
You know, the original alpha of the Striders of Ice and Concrete used to be a Wendigo by the name of Nani. Nani Tikani Nani Ujarak. She was a metis. She is a metis.
I understand that the views are different here, and I'm growing to learn it. I'm growing to accept it. Because for the first time, I truly feel that I am welcome.
You're in a Bono accept, I was played.
I understand that. It's very different for me. I was raised in a Black Fury sept. I've been to Gogol's sept in the Amazon.
Really?
For a couple of months. But I've never experienced openness as much as I have here. I'm told, I was told little of what led to my being who I am, what I am. I was told my mother and my father were part of a huge pack down in the Amazon, 9 gurus strong. Led by a Fenris, whose name, if I knew it, it's good that I don't. They were fed some faulty information. I, again, don't know who fed them this information. But instead of a small pack of Black Furies, they stumbled upon a hive. A hive of 30 ready and waiting. For 3 days they fought, not stopping, until all but my mother and father were killed. Their pack totem had fled, seeing no reason to keep them safe, because neither were of Fenris's brood.
Fenris fled from battle?
That is what I'm told. I'm told their pack totem left them there, bloody and beaten. And my mother and father knew that they had to complete their mission. They had to complete what they had set out to do, which was to destroy the black spirals that were so close to the sept. So my father, a Theurge by the name of Guiding Hand, called out to the spirits for hours. He prayed. He begged, he pleaded, and no spirit came. No spirit would come near that place of darkness and depravity, save one. And Logan will look up and he'll hold out a hand, a finger, not really expecting anything. My father called the spirit of a white bat. They begged him. They begged it to come with them into battle, to help them fight. And he said he would, for one thing. They wanted a child. He wanted a child. A child untainted, to go into the Gru Nation and spread the fact that part of his spirit was still Gaian, My mother and father almost gave into despair because they had no child. And that is where Bat said the one thing that led to my existence. He looked at them and he said, "Make one." My father died in that battle. And my mother only survived long enough to make sure that I came into the world. And her promise was fulfilled.
You know, the reason why I don't truly hate the Shadow Lords is because I met one. Was part of a camp of Shadow Lords called the Children of Bat. They're a secret camp, one that doesn't exist. In their efforts to make up for their sins, those Shadow Lords have reclaimed a part of Bat from the worm. That is why a part of him is Gaian, and the other part is worm.
Is it to fix what you have broken in the first place is not it's not something to take pride in.
I don't think it's pride. I think the Shadow Lord felt the need and responsibility to continue down that line. Which, knowing the Shadow Lords, I think it's a bit against what they stand for.
Sorry, what did you say?
I said, which knowing the Shadow Lords is a bit against what they stand for.
I don't really know. I couldn't tell you what's in a Shadow Lord's mind. And I think
could.
they would keep it that way.
No, I could find out. But I really don't want to. It's quite easy with my auspice as gifts.
So, when everything is said and done, what do you think of Matt itself?
bat. A two-faced being. One guy and one worm. I've seen Bat teaches knowledge to the children of the spiral.
Mom, Houston can hear.
Sorry, that reminded me I need to go pick up Sean, and I do, but
All right. I've seen Bat. We will wait 1 second for a commercial break. Doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. I've seen Bat teach his gifts to Guy and Guru as well. And particularly these children of Bat. And you're muted. You muted again. Again. There you go.
he'd look up again. Do you think Bat would teach me?
If Bat itself, or a part of Bat, came to your parents, and if Bat has, as he looks upon your visage, marked you, there's a very good chance he'll teach you his gifts. You are already a child of Bat, perhaps not affiliated with this camp, but in a spiritual sense, I think you are.
And he'll look up and what do they say? I cannot speak the tongue of spirits.
They're saying, they're saying they need a place to sleep on the physical side.
I know a little of carpentry. A little of how to work wood and shape it. Give me some time, and I'll build you something.
And one of the bat spirits will actually flap its wings and flap down to Logan to kind of sit, hang on the hand that he had put it into the air, upside down, and watch him. He's saying you better do that.
Give me a lunar cycle. I will have something better. Do you prefer do you want something more showy or practical?
Practical would be better.
Bargain struck.
And it will once again flap and fly towards the other bats. Nice job.
I can't leave them out in the cold.
No.
And I think this would be a good time because I have to go.
All right. Make an outro.
Yeah. And with that, Logan will stand up and he'll offer another gnosis to the bats, who I assume take it willingly. And he'll nod to Aaron. When he nods to Aaron, Aaron will see something that only one other guru in the sept has. As Logan turns away, Aaron will see the tears in Logan's eyes. As he walks off into the woods to find a place to build a home. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been an episode for Living World of Darkness, the Groove venue. Please have a good evening, a good afternoon, and a good morning. Bye.